Hi, my name is Jay Sung. I'm an expert in omnichannel marketing, and I'm answering your questions today. By the way, if you have questions, go ahead and post them to the comment section or DM me or something. But I'm looking forward to hearing from you. First question we have today is, what types of companies would get the most out of a direct-to-consumer model, and what type of companies should avoid it? Well, really, the way I think about it, I think of there being really three things that a company should think about if they're thinking about getting into direct-to-consumer. The first one really is, what you got to think about what the benefit is of direct-to-consumer and all these brands that you've seen out there. One of the greatest benefits that you see out there is when a relatively undifferentiated product can create some differentiation by creating really a brand experience and a brand story. And you can see that through a lot of disruptive companies that people admire nowadays. Someone like a Warby Parker, who's taken the process of buying eyeglasses and created a completely new direct-to-consumer brand experience from that. A similar example would be Stitch Fix, where somebody is curating clothes or wardrobe specifically to you. By sending these packages that are curated every month, they have a way of taking a product, a pretty, mundane shopping experience of going to the mall and buying clothes, and really create a new brand experience that a customer can go and try these things from home and have something that's really personalized from them. So the first point is, is there something that you can create a differentiated brand experience, around the product? A second important aspect in thinking about direct-to-consumer is, does the product have economics that allow for easy shipping to the consumer? Now, I've seen all kinds of different categories that you wouldn't really think as being conducive to direct-to-consumer, and certainly the ones that are heavier and bulkier and less expensive are more challenging from a direct-to-consumer standpoint. So think, if you're shipping a 30-pound bag of dog food or kitty litter or something like that, even though people have figured out how to do that, it is much more challenging, and you have to contend with the whole logistics aspect of D2C. And third, something that's really important in the businesses that I've looked at is there pricing power? Is there margin that can be captured in eliminating the middleman from traditional distribution? One example from that is that you see more and more of these wine clubs out there, and a lot of that is because a lot of the margin in wine gets eaten up by the time wine is shipped from a producer into the distributor and then off to retailer. If you can recapture some of that margin and provide some of that value back to the customer, that makes kind of an ideal direct-to-consumer type product. And the question around what kind of companies should avoid it, direct-to-consumer has gotten a lot easier over time, but it is still a long-term investment. It is hard to just put up a web page and snap your fingers and say, well, we're going to start getting a lot of business starting tomorrow. It's kind of a long-term project. It requires, a sustained and disciplined investment in capabilities. It requires having the right staffing, the right kind of technology, the right kind of measurement in place before you go about it. So all those things need to be placed, and it needs to be a real commitment long-term that this is a channel that you want to make into a significant growth driver for the business.